We're off on a road trip. Always love a road trip. Now we're going to head down to the New South Wales south coast, Gerringong, way north to Sydney, west of Sydney out to Penrith, then on to Tuggerah Lakes and the Hunter Valley. In the Hunter Valley, the grapes are being harvested, the annual grape harvest. So, vintage cars, vintage boats, up in the treetops, and so many more adventures. In this episode of Travel Oz. G'day, I'm Greg Granger. Ahead, cars of all ages, from classic hot rods to modern beauties. Also ahead, watery action at Jamberoo. A husband and wife team winning in the world of whisky. Exhilarating rides at Penrith. Treetop adventures on the New South Wales Central Coast. Harvesting the grapes in the Hunter Valley. And boating on Tuggerah Lakes. The wind in your hair! We're heading into Gerringong, down the south coast. We're in a 1927 straight 8 orbit, heading off to a motorfest in Gerringong. Wheels are rolling. Vintage motors are heading for a big motor show on the New South Wales south coast. Amongst them, this 1923 Rolls-Royce, being driven today by Paul Nelson, an enthusiast with a real passion for old cars. So what is it? What is it about vintage cars that creates such a passion in you?
For me, it started with, people go up Mount Everest, people go, doing expeditions and stuff like that. But for me, it's been able to drive a car that our pioneer fathers used to drive. So, I used to own Model T Fords and all that sort of stuff, and drive them and maintain them the same way they used to. So for me, it's just a passion.
The Rolls is one of many cars on display today at the Motorfest at Gerringong. Big range of cars here today.
Yep, including Tiranas, Falcons, British cars, exotics, like there was a Lotus and a McLaren there, vintage cars like our stuff. I think we were the only Rolls-Royce that was there. A broad brushstroke of cars, really good.
And so with the Tirana, for instance, we're talking about Aussie-made cars.
Absolutely. And look, those cars are getting so valuable and people put a lot of passion and energy into making them work, and I take my hat off to them. So, and they're beautiful to watch and listen to.
And tell us about this roller.
At 20 horsepower, which is Rolls-Royce baby engine. Literally, it's only got 20 horsepower. It's rear-wheel braked, so it doesn't have a lot of horsepower and doesn't have a lot of braking power. But it gets along, it clicks along at probably 60k, something like that. Henry Royce built this car basically for the owner driver rather than the chauffeur driver. So it's a little shorter, it's less horsepower, or easier to supposedly to maintain, but it's just a great little car.
Paul has taken us on to the Australian Motor Life Museum in Kembla Grange. Stable for 60 vintage cars and 30 old-time motorbikes, valued at close to $2 million. So what have we got, Paul?
1913 Minerva, 110 years old, and it's probably the equivalent of the Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost.
Built for the King of Belgium?
Absolutely, so it's just a stunning car. Probably the best car we've got in the museum collection.
Paul, I'm just loving the shape of this old NRMA service.
Absolutely. 1951 Morris Commercial. It's the equivalent back in that time of the Hilux that exists at the moment. It would have done multiple roadside services back in the day.
What a shape. What a classic.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
The piece de resistance, the oldest car in your museum.
Absolutely. 1904 Innis, made in Australia, bodied in Australia, and it is still registered.
The vintage car collection of the Australian Motor Life Museum, driving the past into the future. Action Park. Always great new things happening here. Let's come discover. Fly high over Jamberoo and you come to appreciate what a massive property this is. This is the state's largest family-owned water theme park with 15 rides, 12 of them water rides. One of the biggest attractions at Jamberoo is Outback Bay. Every 15 minutes, the giant wave maker goes into action, giving that surf-like experience way out here in the mountains. This is one of Australia's largest wave pools and comes with its own beach and theme surroundings. Jacques here is having a great swim. So what else can we experience today?
Let's ride the Shallops.
It used to carry skiers in the New South Wales ski fields, but since it was installed here in 1980, it's been given park riders a thrilling ride and great views.
Time for the toboggan.
The toboggan, it's another Jamberoo original where riders can control their own speed on this exhilarating downhill run.
Let's go down Surf Hill.
Surf Hill, a classic water theme park coaster ride, a chance to race your mates.
Now let's float on the Rapid River.
Sit back and cruise around this circular watercourse, encountering waterfalls and rapids en route.
Let's ride the Perfect Storm.
Ah yes, the perfect storm, perfect thrill as I slide up one side of the funnel, then careen rapidly over to the other side. And if the perfect storm gets your heart racing, take a ride on the funnel web. A rapid descent in cascading water. Just as wet as Banjo's Billabong. Hey Ryan, what are you enjoying?
Oh, it's great here. I love the ride.
So what ride's best?
I would say the funnel web.
The big new attraction at Jamberoo is Velocity Falls. Two big new rides here. About to enjoy them. Dee is clearly enjoying it all.
So Dee, you brought the family here today?
I did. I brought the family. I brought everyone.
Okay, what are they enjoying?
They're loving the new rides. The stinger, the funnel web, obviously the bucket, and the cabanas are great for the family when it's hot like today.
Yes, these features here in Velocity Falls, the cabanas, are where park users can chill out or enjoy a delivered meal. And then it's time to try the Octo Racer. 8 lanes to race down here. 8 lanes of fast and furious twisty time mayhem. Who'll get to the bottom first? Finally, the stinger. Here's your chance to experience zero gravity. Cross your arms and wait to drop.
My turn.
All part of Velocity Falls. 2 years to make with a $12 million construction bill, worth every wet second. Now for a great Aussie success story. Mark and April Greenfield have just opened up their own distillery, gin and whiskey, here at Bellambi, just north of Wollongong.
G'day Greg, welcome to Wolf & Woman Distillery.
You're the wolf,
I'm the wolf.
this is the woman,
I'm the woman.
April and Mark.
Lovely to meet you.
This is a family business that's only just got going, what, two years in the making?
Yeah, yep.
That's right,
2
yeah.
years in the making. So we've been distilling here now for just over 12 months. But our bar has been open for about 8 weeks. So
All Australian made, all Australian products.
So this is the master vat here.
yeah, so this is the heart of our distillery. She's named after Mark's late mum, Sharon, and she sits proudly as you walk in the front door. So this is where it all started. This is our original whiskey still that we started with, and his name is Bailey, and he's made after the maker.
So you give names to all your product.
We do. All of our stills have names. This is our original still that we started on, and her name's Maria, so that's where the limoncello started. So these are our two that we have on show, and it just reminds us of where we started.
And this is your product.
Yeah, this is our product. So starting over here, we've got our classic gin, then we've got our signature gin, we've got our navy gin, our coffee liqueur, our vodka, and our limoncello in our custom designed bottles, all produced here on site.
And your bottles are unique.
Yeah, they are. We had designed these bottles around 2 years ago, and it's really exciting to now see them with all the product in them.
April, now to make some gin. This is your gin school.
Yeah, this is the gin school. So this is some botanicals that we've chosen today.
Many different ingredients.
There's so many different botanicals.
So basically we are doing just that, creating our own flavour, picking our own ingredients.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What are we picking?
So we'll start with our juniper and our coriander. Then we choose a binder. Then a citrus, and then any other flavours that we like. Okay, and we're ready to start making some gin. Okay, so from here we pour in our neutral grain spirit, pop in our botanicals, pop the lid on, and we can start making our gin.
So how long does that take now, April?
So roughly 20 minutes and the vapour will start to come over and you'll see it dripping into our collection vessel down here.
Wow, that quick?
Yep.
It's a fun process.
It is, very tasty as well.
Gin making, dripping, and ready to drink.
Yep, let's have a go.
Now this would normally be watered down. We're drinking this, what, 80% proof, aren't we? Here's cheers, and
Did all right. It's good.
packs a punch.
Very strong.
We can see another face of the distillery. This is when the whiskey and gin distilled by April and Mark is served up to eager locals. It's a crowded house. There's a food truck, fannies for hungry patrons. And drinks aplenty for customers of this thriving husband and wife enterprise. Righto, zipper up. I'm about to go iFLY, west of Sydney, out at Penrith. Now this has two uses. One, loads of fun, but two, more importantly, people with disabilities can learn to fly freely here. Let's fly. From 3 years old to 103 years old, this is an activity for almost everyone. There are the skill flyers like Kyle Chick and Chad Gordon here. Just watch these guys spin and twist and fly high. They're both full-time iFLY instructors. Carl, this looks like loads of fun.
Yeah, it is. Looks great, doesn't it?
Look at your mate Chad whizzing around.
Yeah, he's one of our experienced instructors here, so he's in there showing us what he can do at the moment.
What's the buzz?
The buzz is just that freedom in the wind, being able to fly like a bird. We all dream about it when we were kids, you know, and here we can make that dream come true. Yeah, I've been flying here and working here for 7 years.
7 years of full-time flying.
Full-time, yes.
What a gig.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What a gig. You don't get sick?
No, I don't get sick of it at all. It's great fun. Look at what Chad's doing in there. There's so much you can learn as well. That's the great thing about it. We're always learning. We see the smiles on people's faces when they're able to get out of their chair or something like that, get in and feel that feeling of flying is a pretty incredible thing that we can give to people here. So we're pretty proud of that.
Wow. Now, you're about to put me up there. I've got my suit on.
Yep.
What's the tips? What do I need to
So,
do?
biggest tip, try and hold still.
Hold still, yeah?
That's it. If you do that, I'll be able to get you flying. So,
Hands out.
Hands out.
Yep.
Yeah, chin up, look out to the front.
Chin's up.
Nice straight legs.
Straight legs, yep.
Yeah, and that's it.
And that's it.
I'll do the rest.
Flying like a bird!
It's a big hit with the kids. What were you feeling when you were up there?
It felt like I could fly and it felt really good. Well, there's so many different things going through my mind, like making sure my body's in the right position, but then at the same time, I'm just thinking, wow, I can't believe I'm actually doing this. Like, I'm floating in the air. Like, it's crazy to think.
One of the big benefits is for people with disabilities. Greg Pinson has spina bifida and yet flies freely. He's the All Abilities Ambassador.
I come in the last Sunday of every month. Yes. We have an All Abilities event where anyone living with a disability is welcome. Yes. They're welcome any day of the year, but we have special events held once a month.
So as the ambassador, you're speaking for the All Abilities group?
Yeah, so I come down and I talk to everyone that comes down, and you know, if they have any questions about how they fly and if they're nervous, I just reassure them that they're all safe and it's a lot of fun and just enjoy it. One of the mottos they say here is flying your body your way. Anyone can do it. It's great.
In the same building as iFLY is Freak Virtual Reality Arcade. Over 30 different games here, offering VR fun for ages 8 and up. This is a warm-up to the ultimate virtual reality game known as the Free Roam Arena.
So, this here is your equipment. So you guys are going to be wearing the headset as well as the 2 controllers, and that will put you into the game.
Connie Spencer is a gamer whose job it is to promote this experience.
So Freak is a virtual reality 4D experience. Everything we do here is all virtual reality gaming. We've got escape rooms, we've got laser tag, we've got our arcade. Experiences go on and on.
Freaky.
It is really freaky, yeah, it definitely can be. Especially when you get attacked by zombies, you don't know where they're coming from.
This is taking the whole VR concept one step further, is it not?
Absolutely, yeah. We're always pushing the boundaries for different things that we can experience in virtual reality. Yes. You know, we're getting new games all the time, we're upgrading our equipment. We actually just finished upgrading Penrith to Wallace. Yes. It's awesome, absolutely incredible. So you guys are going to get the wireless headset, 2 controllers, yep. And you're going to be able to walk around our free roam arena playing a game called Ghost Patrol. Yep. Your task is you guys are ghost hunters that are going into a mansion to defeat the wicked Ghost King who's taken over the mansion.
Freak and iFLY, awesome. We're heading high up with the eagles, right to the treetops. Bit of zip lining, climbing, great adventure ahead. There's a range of experiences here, from super easy for the youngsters to tough and challenging for the more adventurous. We're in the Ourimbah State Forest on the New South Wales Central Coast with my climb instructor today, Doc Hartman. Doc, up in the trees. How high are we going?
We're probably going about 14 metres today.
So high, way up in the branches there.
Yeah, right at the top of the canopy, flying through the trees. It's pretty an awesome feeling being that high.
So is it a time trial?
Not essentially. Some people like to go through them as quick as they can, ones that have got a bit more experience, but for the punters that don't really want to rush, they can take their time.
So you've been doing this, what, for 11 years?
Yeah, 11 years now, on and off, yep. So we've got 8 courses in total. We've got them sort of built for different ages.
First there's Networld for the younger users.
Red for more advanced people, which we're going on today, and our expert course for those ones that really want a challenge. It's an amazing job. You can't get wrong working out in the trees. This is my office. Like, I'm not stuck inside sitting down. I'm out with customers, meeting new people, climbing through the trees. I've got the wildlife all around me. It's amazing.
And so there we are, whizzing down from one tree to another. What sort of speeds do you reckon we get up to there?
On the big one, we're probably going to get the speeds about 40 k's an hour.
40 k's, yep. Wow. Zip line after zip line, challenging and exhilarating. Rightio.
Awesome.
I thought it was awesome. You thought it was awesome?
Yeah, definitely.
In which case it was double awesome. we have finished the red course. Quite a challenge.
Flying with the eagles, high up on the Treetops Adventure.
There's something very evocative, stirring even, with a grape crop. Now, we're here on the John Wallace Wines Estate in the New South Wales Hunter Valley. We're about to follow their grape story from here, harvest time, right through to the cellar door.
The machine harvester has been working hard for the past 5 weeks. The process starts at 11 o'clock every night when it's cool to protect the flavour in the grapes. One tractor pulls the harvester as it shakes the bunches of grapes off the vines. The other carries bins to collect the harvested grapes. Supervising all of this is winemaker Richard Doan.
So Richard, some reds, make Shiraz ready to pick.
Yeah, absolutely. They're at optimal ripeness now. They look beautiful, lovely colour, and these ones here look absolutely stunning.
And the characteristics?
Characteristics of Shiraz are lots of blue and red fruits. We want nice high sugar so we can convert that into alcohol and that resulting wine at the end.
Back at the John Wallace Wine cellar door, Richard introduces me to his lovely family, wife Beth and daughters Florence and Stella.
So it is a family business. You've involved both yourselves in running the operation.
Yeah, the girls are very much involved and our puppy dog Tilly. But yeah, no, it's a beautiful family connection and a family business. Yeah, so I've been in the Hunter Valley for about 16 years making wine for lots of other high-end businesses, and this is my first foray into our own business. So something that's quite unique, I guess, working for somebody else and being able to do this as my own business, but a really exciting place to be creative and have some fun.
I feel like we're living the dream a little bit. I don't know, like, you don't always get to do something like this, and now that it's a reality, I don't know, there's moments where we stop and think about it and we're like, look what we've created and look what we're doing, and it's really cool.
Time then to process the grapes.
Juicy red.
Yeah, juicy red, it's gorgeous. You can see the vibrant colours. It's such a beautiful way to look at red wine.
So why would you do this? What's happening here?
So what we're doing right now is we're trying to introduce air into the ferment. So this is actually a red ferment tank that is happening now, and oxygen needs to get in there to help open up that reduction.
And how long has this been fermenting?
This has been fermenting for about 4 days. Yeah, so we need to test where it is up to in its ferment phase as well.
Yes.
We're just testing how much sugar is left in there, so we'll know exactly where it's up to, what kind of oxygen level or heat or whatever it needs. So we're sitting at about 6. And then you have a little bit of a taste test.
Oh, really?
Do the duties?
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, here we go. Cheers. Straight out of a beaker. Very incredibly sweet.
Delicious.
Incredibly sweet.
All that fermenting. Product into the cellar door. Time to taste.
Right, out comes the Shiraz, and this now is how old?
So this is 2021 BPD Shiraz. It's done its fermentation, done its maturation in barrel, and now it's just drinking so beautifully and silky and gorgeous, lovely red wine.
So you're out in the open, you're living the nature life with the grapes every day, and you're managing to make a good living for your family.
Yeah, well that's the idea. Yeah. The passion is also what gets me out of bed each morning and hopefully puts food on the table at night. So it's a really good mix of business and pleasure and passion, I suppose.
Fantastic. Well, here's cheers, and thanks again, Richard.
Cheers. Thanks for coming, Greg.
Good on you. A lot of history here on Tuggerah Lakes. Now, we're at the entrance. The entrance has this boat shed. This is over a century old. And the boats here, well, this half clipper, 70 years old, still running tours out across Tuggerah Lakes, here at this landmark building.
The landmark boat shed is a hive of activity on the water. Stand-up paddleboards, motorboats, kayaks. Owner Tony Moon is over the moon with her historic boat shed.
Quite some history with this boat shed.
Yeah, there is, Greg. She's over 100 years old and she's had only 4 different owners, all family owned, and then we're the 5th. She's loved by everyone that comes here. The history behind her is amazing, absolutely amazing.
And the people that come in, we're watching a whole pile of people come in enjoying all sorts of activities, whether it be kayaking or the half cabins or...
Yeah, well, when the weather puts it on, the customers come. It's a great place to be. Look at what we've got. It's water sports, so we have kayaks and the pedal boats and the stand-ups and the boats, and people just love the water. And when the weather turns it on, they come from everywhere.
Back from their day out, happy punters are in a great mood.
Had a good trip?
Did, it was great.
How long were you out for?
2 hours.
2 hours, and in 2 hours you got some nibbles?
Yeah, we got about 3-4 fish, a couple of bream, flathead.
So tell us what you did out there.
We baited up the fish, the kids got in. He jumped in. He had a swim.
So let's take a ride in one of those classic half-cabin boats. I'm joining Tony's husband Terry to motor over to Pelican Island. Terry, out on Tuggerah Lakes, got its own character, these lakes.
Yes, they are nice lakes. They're big, big. A lot of water expense. It's good. How could you not like this as an office?
Well, it's true. You're the boatman of Tuggerah Lakes, are you not?
Oh, you can say that, I suppose so, yes.
So you run the boat company, you run all this recreational vessels. What do you do in your spare time?
I work at the boat shed.
And you renovate the boats, you fix them up, you maintain them.
We do all that.
Yeah.
Which is a full-time job. It's not, but not now. We've done it all. We've got all the boats right up to where we want them. They're all seaworthy and ship-shape.
A little bit of drama out here at Pelican Island. We have run aground. So out we go. Give it a good push.
Then into the water for a dip. As the sun begins to set, the waters of Tuggerah Lakes become calm in the lee of Pelican Island. A reflective moment as we motor back to the historic boat shed at the entrance, New South Wales.